I'm festive in my orange. Happy Halloween. I got to start off with a smile. My lighting is crazy in here. I lost my piece to my ring light, everybody. And then it's dim. It's no sun outside, but we're gonna still do this. It's Real Estate Tuesday. I'm a little late, but before I had to jump in, we had virtual school today, so coming live from the home today. So, we talking about, real estate. It's Real Estate Tuesday. So, festive in my orange. Orange is my favorite color. Happy Halloweens, everybody. I did do a little Halloween situation. Go check out my page and see what I was this year. But yeah, I am excited about today. Happy, was it tantalizing, terrific Tuesday? To think about what day it is. It's like, I got a day off. Well, not a day off because I got to get back to class in probably like 15 minutes. So I got to be real quick. So I wanted to come on here to give some tips that are going to be coming out in my publication on First Time Homebuyers Guide. Well, not a publication. I am a real estate professional. I'm an educator. So I'm here to educate, of course. I teach 6th through 8th grade reading, but I also am a real estate professional. I do credit repair and financial literacy. And I also do business funding and commercial funding for people as well. So my name is Toria.Howard. Before I do all of that, that's who I am. And I'm putting out this publication for this first time homebuyer guide. I'm going to give you some of the things that's going to be in it, because one of the taglines is things that it's not Googleable. Googleable. Look, I can't make it up a word. Things that you can't Google to be a homeowner that they don't tell you. I know when you look on, when you do your research on being a first time home buyer, a lot of times the things that come up is, oh, well, you got to find a mortgage company, you have to find a real estate agent, then you find the house, and then they tell you all the steps that you have to do in that, but they don't tell you how to get prepared for it, right? I know how to get prepared. I was a homeowner for 10 years, and some things that I did, some of the mistakes that I made, there are lessons, the lessons that I had made, I should say. And I put it all in this book, and the things that I've learned since I have become a financial literacy specialist. And I'm passionate about it because financial literacy, I had a problem with it myself. I had a poor relationship with money. I had a 567 credit score at one point, and it was terrible. Couldn't do nothing, right? And I got with the company that I work with and helped me be able to be not only fix my credit, but be more financially literate. And now I know how to buy a house right because I study real estate. I'm a real estate professional. I'm a realtor. So all the experience that I have, all the studying, all the mentors, all the people that I connect with have helped me put together this publication for this first time homebuyer guide. So I'm going to talk about some debt payoff strategies right now. So a lot of times people have, let me say this, drop a 1 in the comment section. If you're watching this live, drop a 2. If you are new to my live, and drop a 3 if you're watching the replay. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it, because I got to go real quick. But so some debt payoff strategies, right? When you're talking about, buying a home, your debt to income ratio, DTI, is very important when it comes to buying a home. And a lot of people don't understand the importance of it, because even though you may have the money to pay, on paper, it looks like you don't, because a lot of people tend to have more debt than they do have cash flowing assets. See, if you had something that offset that debt with some cash flowing assets, then that'll be good debt. But it's bad debt when it seems like most of your income is paying for that debt. So typically, when you are talking about an FHA loan, they don't want you to have more than 45% debt to income ratio. Now, if you have a higher credit score and you can get more of a conventional loan, you can be in the 60% range, but your income has to be high in order for that to occur. So 45% is standard. So you have to have 45% of your debt, versus your income. So your income has to be 55%, your debt has to be 45%. So you have to understand that that is very important. And a lot of people are scared because they don't know how to pay off their debt. And it's a lot of different ways that you can do that. right? Some people go with bankruptcy, right? I know because I had three of them, right? So bankruptcy is a temporary fix for a long term issue because, yes, it'll clear up the debt you owe, but it's like a stain on you. And now a lot of companies are, but usually the company to buy a home after bankruptcy. So, hi Jerry, hi Ronnie. So, and Ayantha and whoever else is on my Instagram, appreciate it. Um, because I keep talking, y'all, like nobody here. Hi to everybody. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, so a bankruptcy is a temporary fix for a long term stain. And the reason why I say that is because you can't buy a house until 2 years after. And in that process, you have to be building your credit substantially, and a lot of times you cannot get those top tier banks that I talked about yesterday. So you had to start off with those, lower end banks like the First Premiers and all of that. Not saying nothing bad about them, but a lot of mortgage companies don't like those lower end banks. I'm just being real with you. I had them too. So the credit ones, the First Premiers, all of them, and they predatorial. You have like the interest rate is super duper high, and then they have an annual rate, I mean, an annual, fee, and all these other things, right, to get your money. So, like I said, if you want to wait, you have to, really, do that 2 year thing and get the bankruptcy, and then you can get it removed. But it's hard to get it removed when it's very fresh and new because it takes 7 to 10 years for a bankruptcy to quote unquote fall off, but you can get it removed. Um, and I had three of them, so I know. So I don't suggest that. You can negotiate with your creditors on how to pay off your debt. You just have to know what to say and what to do. And that's what I put in my publication. I'm going to show you how to do that in my publications. I'm going to talk about a little bit now. You can call and negotiate with your creditors. And one thing that you can do is pay for deletion, right? Now, if it's something that is active that you want to keep and they have late payments on there, you can you can draw up a letter and send it to the creditor and have them remove the late payment once you have fulfilled paying off that debt. And that could be, a promissory to them for you doing that. But it has to be in writing. Another way, you know, um, you can do that is pay for deletion. If it's a collection now with the collection, you can, mom, really? My mother, you can, you can pay the collection agencies, but you don't actually owe those people. You owe the original creditor. They just sold your debt to somebody else. But if you feel like you want to go ahead and do that quicker, you have to pay for deletion, but you have to get it in writing. You have to write them a letter. And sometimes when you pay for deletion, they'll put on their, if you don't get it in writing, they'll put on their zero balance um, collection, or pay, if you pay less than what you owe, they'll put a mark on there stating that. So your letter has to state that if you're paying for deletion for these people to take this off, that they cannot say any negative remarks on your credit profile, so that that part can be eliminated. So it's a lot of things that you have to do in order for you to do that part, because you can get it, you can't get it at a discount, paying off the discount, but they will put that negative marker that you didn't pay it in full, that it was paid at a discount. So you need to make sure that when you get it in writing, that they cannot put those negative marks on there, and it will be completely removed. Not zero balance collection, none of that. Okay, because a collection still is a collection. You know how I know? Because I almost lost my house at the closing table because I had a zero balance collection from Chase Bank, and I was about to walk out the door with my keys. And I had, back then you had to get people to fax stuff. It wasn't an email, and it was like, yeah, it was an error. So that type of thing. So it doesn't matter if it says a zero balance; it's still, as a collection, it's still a negative item, and you could not qualify for a home. Another way is for you to get disciplined. Oh, scary, right? Halloween discipline, scary, right? So another way is to get disciplined. and bunker down and use a method to pay off your debt the right way. And this will help you boost your credit score as well. So one of the things that I tell, a lot of my clients is you can do a snowball effect or a bottom up effect to pay off your debt. So what you do is you have to first of all do a budget to try to figure out where are your shortfalls coming from, because you're going to need some extra money to be able to pay. And I don't want you to go out and have to get an extra job to do it. You have the money right there. You just spending it in the wrong place. So mapping out what you are spending, and you have to cut back on some things. If you want something bad enough, you will get yourself disciplined enough to do it flat out. You might have to can't go to brunch all the time. Brunch is expensive, at least $60 minimum. Some of you spending 150, 200 by yourself at the brunch, okay? Because I know because I've done it. You might can't, buy those shoes, every week. You might can't, do a lot of things that you don't really need to do just for a temporary, factor to get something big that you want. So that's the first thing. You got to get disciplined. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to make the sacrifice. Sure, it's a temporary sacrifice. It might be painful. I love buying stuff too. If you follow me, I love to dress. I love shoes and all of that. But in order for you to get what you want, you have to want it bad enough to be disciplined to make the sacrifice. That's just what it is. So the top down effect or snowball effect is you take that one with the credit card or the creditor with the highest interest and the highest balance or both, because usually it's probably both, and you basically double, whatever you can do, you have to double your payment. So say for instance your minimum payment was like $50, so you need to pay an extra 50, and maybe pay 100, maybe pay a 150 on that, right? Pay 150 on that. Then the other ones that is below it, you will take it and pay your minimum plus $10. Okay, as long as you're paying $10 over, it's okay right now. When you're paying down your debt, because you're still eating into the interest, but you need to know what your interest payment is too. So this is for people that don't have a lot of money to spend. That's why I'm saying it like this. So if you take the 150, and that's like double or maybe even triple. If you could do triple, even better. If you could quadruple it, even better. So you take the highest interest and the highest balance. When you put majority of your money there, pay the minimum plus $10 more on the other ones that are below it. So because you might have several other credit cards that you have to pay. And then what you do once you finish paying off that one, now one mistake that people do is they stop using the credit card. You have to keep using it, but use it for things that you have the money for: groceries, gas. Use it like your debit card. You know, uh, pay your cell phone bill on it. You'll have your money for your cell phone bill. Pay it with your credit card instead. So that's the type of thing that you would do. And then you'll take that same money that you was paying on that card and move it down to the next one plus the minimum that you was paying on that one. Because guess what? You're not missing that money. So you might as well continue to be disciplined with it, and you'll be able to, and you just keep on moving it down. That's why it's called the snowball effect. So you'll just keep moving it down until you pay all your debt off, right? And it'll be, that'll be, you'll see your credit score rise, and it'll make you, feel accomplished that you can do that. Now, with you doing that extra money that you're going to have to left over, do, like I said, do what you're supposed to do on those. Still use the cards, but use it for things that you're going to have the money for and pay for anyway, right? So that's the snowball. That's the snowball effect, the top down effect. Now the bottom up is the same thing. You start at the bottom, and you just double what you're paying at the one that's the lowest, and then you move it up until you can get enough money to pay the biggest one of it. You can chunk the biggest one, because the one that has the highest interest and the highest balance is harder to pay off because the interest is eating you up. So if you only can start, you got to start where you are. Meet yourself where you are. If you know that you can handle going from the bottom up and going up, then do that. If you want to be aggressive though and be real disciplined, you'll start with that snowball at the top down and put that most money at the top, and then start moving it down. It'll go faster that way. But still, Do whatever works best for you. I'm not telling you to, go out and be aggressive, because some people can't handle being aggressive right up front. It scares them and it makes you back away and stop doing it. So if you know you're that type of person, then start with the bottom up and start slow. Double, if your lowest one is $20 minimum payment, then pay $50 plus the 20 though. So you're paying $70. Okay. And then you'll take that same set. Then you can go back and pay, if your minimum is 20, you'll pay $30. Always pay $10 over. And then take that 70 and move it up plus whatever you was paying with for the other one. Because you're not missing that money. And that's the thing. Like a lot of people, once they get the money back, they're like, oh, I got extra money. No, pay your debt. Keep it going up. And then you will be able to accomplish it faster. So I just gave you ways to be able to pay off your debt so that you can purchase a home, but it's also paying off debt so that you can do what you want to do and move freely with your credit, because credit is king. And we're coming into a digital this hair right here, Lord. We're coming into a digital era where it's going to be digital. So you have to learn how to be able to play the game. You have to know what your interest rate payments are, like how much you're paying daily for your interest rates. That's for your car, anything that has interest. You need to know how much you're paying daily, because interest is accrued daily. You need to know if you have a mortgage. You need to know your amortization schedule. If you have your, you got the credit cards. You need to know your difference between your reporting date, your due date, and your statement date. You have to know these things. And a lot of times they don't want to tell you your report date is not on your credit card statement. Sometimes you can call your credit card company and they'll tell you, but sometimes they won't. And if you find somebody that won't, I just keep calling back until I get somebody that will. But you can kind of figure it out because it's usually 2 or 3 days after your closing statement date. So, for instance, if your bill it goes from 2000, from October 1st to November 1st, your reported date probably is like maybe November 3rd, and then your due date probably November 8th or 9th, because they do that on purpose, right? So if you pay your credit card balances off between that statement date, in between October 1st and November 1st, you're in the money. And you want to keep if you're looking to buy a home, you want to keep your debt on your credit card 67% utilization. I know that sounds difficult, but it's really not. If you be disciplined, if you choose to be aggressive and you really want it bad enough, you'll do it. So my class is about to start. So I just wanted to jump on here and let y'all know about some debt payoff strategies to help you purchase a home on this Real Estate Tuesday. If you missed it, definitely go back and watch it and share it with somebody you feel like need this information. And I would love to help you. If you need help on how to structure your finances or how to purchase a home, I would love to help you. If you need your credit repaired and you're a business owner or you just want better credit, I would love to help you as well. So definitely tap in. My link is in my bio on my Instagram. My link is attached to my Facebook, and my link is in my YouTube as well. So I bid you adieu. I'll see you tomorrow for Wealth Wednesday. I'll be back in the classroom. I'm at home today. So love y'all. Have a blessed day. Happy Halloween to all the people that celebrate, and to all the babies out there that got all the parents that got to go and do trick or treating tonight. So I'm trying to get out of here. But it is what it is. But be good today. Have a blessed day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.